How's it going, boys and girls? As you can see by the way I'm dressed, I have just raced back from walking the dog because it's time for the beta, and let's have a look at some gameplay. So it is beta time. We're going to get straight into it now. I was going to do a live stream, but literally the whole world is doing a live stream. I'm going to do one tomorrow UK time about 9:30 in the morning. We're going to see what this game's about, top to bottom. Let's play it together and learn it together. I'm proper excited. Straight into it now. And here we go, crew. It is live and running on this monitor right here. Get in. Oh, it's been a while since we've had to do all this. So we're doing place of birth and things like that. So believe it or not, I was born in, there it is, Carlisle. Maybe I should do a save with them. Right, from the get-go, we've got a load of new different features, it seems. So we're on body first. So obviously, you can be female if you want. So let's have a little look. Oh. So male, obviously, and then skin tone. I mean, in this light, I look a bit better, but I'm probably something like, I'm going to give myself a little tan, I think. A little tan, not the smallest. Oh, hello. See that? We moved. Ooh, like that. Body type. Interesting. Body type. So a little look. So we can get a little bit chunkier. There we go. Or if you really want to be a Steve Evans style, Big Sam. But I'm going to be true to myself. We're in decent nick at the minute. There we go. Next, head. Go start with the hairstyle, right? Right, onto attire, and it looks like we've got a few options here. So we've got jacket, shirt, tie, trousers, shoes. There is an option, isn't there, for... Yeah, there you go. So there's the different options. That's pretty slick. I like that. Now, colour-wise, I'm going to be Atletico, so we want it to be pretty similar. So, we're there already, aren't we? We are there. Start again. All right, so here we go. Do you know what? You can actually play draft in beta mode. Right, we'll start a new game. We're going with career, online career, fantasy draft. Can't wait to get into that, create a club, but we'll go with career. And we're going, as promised. Do you know, it's weird not playing with any of the logos and stuff on. We'll go down to Spain, and we are going to be Atletico Madrid. There we go, that's very familiar from FM21. Madrid Harry Davidson. My beard's looking a bit ropey in that picture. Again, intro to the club, bit more detail there with the club history, we like that. And it's got your recommended best 11. I can tell you this now, I won't be playing that formation, although it is pretty interesting. Club culture, 5-year plan, sign young players, end of current season, challenge for the first division, so you know it's going to be a pretty tough ask. Super Cup, not important, Champions Cup, so they want us to get in the quarter-final of the Champions League. Suarez is already in his last year of his contract. We'll have to sort that out because he's only 34 and he's elite. Tactical direction, we're going to get onto that, obviously pretty sharpish. And this is pretty familiar from FM21, so if you've got to grips with that, it's good to know. It's also pretty clear. We're going to try that now. I think you can move your 21 tactics over. Whether they work or not, that's another story. Down the side panel there, there's the data hub. Remember, that doesn't crack into gear until you've played 3 or 4 games. And here we are on the tactics screen. So we'll first have a look to see if there's anything different there from the presets. So your presets are down there. Doesn't look like there's anything different. They're all the same. But we're going to literally create our own style. So we've got a blank canvas of 4-4-2. Now what I was saying about your FM21 tactics, so if we go up here and just load tactic, obviously it's not going to come up initially, but if you go up a bit and you go back to Football Manager 2021, down to your tactics, and they're all there, all my tactics are in there. So what I'll do is I'll load up a random one. So I'll tell you what, there we go, we've loaded up my favourite from last year. This is Barca and it just slots straight in there. Interestingly, we'll have a look to see if set pieces are the same. It looks like they're the same, so we wanted a bit more from this, didn't we? And it looks pretty similar, I'm afraid. We'll just have a look at play instructions are all the same. We've got, yeah, so it looks like your set players are the same. So that's the bad news out of the way. The good news is it's looking super slick, the skin's nice, and there you can move over your tactics. So if you've got a killer tactic from 21, you can move it into 22. So I'm jumping in this weekly staff meeting. I've got it set up weekly. You can set it weekly, bi-weekly or monthly. I'm not going to go through this now. We'll go through this more on the stream tomorrow. So I just did the team meeting. I'll tell you what, it can take a while. It can take a while. There's quite a lot to it. So I thought I'd have a quick look at the transfer market and check it out. You can see instantly down the sides there, you've got transfer value in the ballpark. So that's different. And I like it. I like it. No information from the agent yet. Player's been scouted. Not been scouted. So you can scout the player. and we'll ask the agent. So straight to the Ask the Agent. We're asking, I don't even know who we're asking about. Who we're asking about here? Ilkay Gundogan. I mean, it'd be a great signing. Very keen on signing Gundogan. Want to know what it'll take to get the deal done. Extremely keen on joining Madrid. Interesting. It would cost us between 50 and 62 mil. You'd want a wage of 100 130. And then you can actually go back to him and say, thanks for the feedback, stall it. That's cool. So we'll do that. Little tweaks there to the agent system. Loads of players on here. Let's have a quick look at someone. So let's have a look at Aubameyang. 32 years old. It's hard to tell straight off the bat if his stats have gone up or down. But I'll tell you what I do want to do. I do want to have a look at someone to see if they've been bumped up or something. So let's think of someone. I did a video about ones to watch and I thought of Anton Rudiger, and his stats have gone up. His physicals are all there in place, but his heading's better, his tackling's a bit better, but his mentals are better. 17 for aggression, bravery, concentration looks a bit better. I think he's had a bump. And if you look at his value, it's 28 to 42 mil. And after him, PSG. That kind of sums it up. And he's coming out of contract. So there's one to watch. He's only got a year contract when you start the game. Just in the team meeting, nothing different there. All pretty similar. The similar type of promises and reactions from your teammates. What we're going to do now, crew, is we're going to play a game. I'm not going to do the tactics as such because half my team are on holiday. I just want to see the match flowing in the match engine and show you all the highlights of the match. So, if you look down here, loads of the first choice team are on holiday. So we're just going to play this match, see how it flows. I'll load up one of my last year's tactics. I won't put much thought into it. So same way as I showed you before. So you just go to plus, load tactic and move it up. Go back to Sports Interactive file, Football Manager 21, and load all the way down to tactics and then pick one of your old tactics. In we go to the match screen. The crowd's on already, so I have to turn them off. Looks good. So normally I'd never play on director, but I want to see the game flowing, so we'll put it on director for now. This is them going down the right. It still looks kind of similar, but it does look a lot slicker. Match screen layout, identical to 21. You can obviously change it around, move some of these tabs into whatever you want. Right, highlight. Let's have a look at these animations. So, the ball down the right. We promised stuff about dribbling. First touch, you can see the ball bouncing off the centre-back a bit more than it does to the midfield, so that's interesting. Boy's just playing it around. I want to see someone dribbling it as well. So he's cool. Is he going to do a bit of a dribble for me? Is there going to be any cutbacks? Gets to the byline, whips it across. There's a strike and over. So interestingly, the opposition has gone straight into that 4-2-3-1. Interesting to see if they're playing that gegenpress style. Now I've got our pressing at, so I've purposely put high defensive line, high line of engagement. And look at this. I haven't looked at this yet. So we've got trigger press. So it's instead of pressing intensity, it's trigger press. And I've got it on much more often. And you've got different choices down here, all the way down at the bottom. But if we get up to much more often and hover over it, increases the likelihood the team triggering the press to much more often. They will seek to disrupt play at almost every opportunity. So that's the one they're saying that's going to knock your team out. So it'll be interesting to see when we get to 60, 70, 80 minutes if my team are dead. Because I'm just going to leave them pressing for that sole reason. Also, look at this. This little shape here is a lot different than last time. Normally you had those lines going across the screen. This time we've got this, so we'll have to work out what's going on here. Have a free kick. Let's see if we can put some swang on this. Kuna's over it. Hits it. There is some swang on it. And that, boys and girls, is our first goal of FM22. Kuna has just bent one in. Loads of swang. And that was nice. Let's have a little look. Same angle. Hits it. Oh, yes, we like that. Keeper, good effort. Sometimes the keepers in 21 looked a bit stupid, but he ain't saving that. Right, so that's the first half done. Let's see if the halftime stats or anything. So that's a similar layout. It's a similar layout. Sometimes in 21 I'd go up to this and have a look at the average positions with ball, things like that. So you can see that's very much a 4-4-2 layout with the ball, without. Yep, same again. We've got more advanced guy here. That's interesting. Maybe he's getting a bit more tired than the others. That's interesting. So far, I like the animations. From that free kick with that bend, that was nice. And the first thing I noticed, the major thing I noticed, was the first touch on the defender. That I think it was Corral. So if I tick on Corral, there he is. Yeah, his first touch is only 10. So when it came to him, it did bounce off him. So that might be something to look for. More animations here. Silva. Just looking to see this first touch. Seeing this Badiga. The first touch on these boys is good because they're more advanced players. That back down the centre back. Let's have a little look. He just hoofs it. Pretty horrible. And now let's see, running with the ball. We want to see a dribbling movement. We might have to wait for the live stream for this, but there he goes. That's better. It looked like he used outside of his foot there, so that's interesting. It's given us a good insight into the game, which I'm enjoying, and we can really attack it on the live stream. Hamaso crosses, Della Torre. Again, solid animation on the keeper. I like it so far. It's your classic FM. It's very much like FM21, which is not a bad thing because I like that version of the game. If they can iron out the tweaks from 21, and the animations are clearly better, this is going to be a good year. But interestingly, the dugout, you know where your assistant manager gives you all suggestions. He just gave us a list of 6, 7, 8 or 9 that are getting tired, and that might be down to the high pressing style that we're using, so that's something to watch out for. Hermoso across, Torre, again plucked out the air by the keeper. But what I'm not seeing yet, I'm not seeing any reds in the fitness area, so maybe it's because it's so fresh. Tactically wise, I think your good tactics from 21 are going to transfer over quite nicely into 22. You're just going to have to be a bit more clever with them, back off a bit from pressing here and there, but in essence it looks like it's a similar sort of flow, so you're going to be alright if you've got a good tactic you want to use. Oh, there we go. Did you see that? Did you see that? Let's back that right up. Dorda here, watch this. He gets to the byline. This is what I was looking for. Nowhere to go. Oh, that was better, wasn't it? A little cheeky cross turn in the corner to give him a better angle. That was nice. Header comes in and Oblak. Oblak's randomly playing. Oblak and the kids are playing. The 92nd, 93rd minute. Stadium wise, you can see the animation there. It's pretty still basic, but I'm alright with that. We are playing away to the smaller team here. And more so back to Oblak, who gives it the Avit, John Smiths. And that's a wrap, crew. That's our first game done in beta. What did you think of that animation? I liked it. I liked it. It looked decent. So again, the data hub does not strike into life until about 3 or 4 games. So we'll be able to explore that. I'm going to be streaming this tomorrow. Probably 9, half 9, somewhere in that ballpark. Looking forward to it. Really get to grips with it, get the team going. But first impressions are, it's nice. The match engine looks slick. There's some little tweaks in there, like the first touch on defenders, the Cruyff turn from the wingers. Layout is very similar to what you used to in FM21. So it's not going to have that daunting feel where you don't know where you're looking for things. And the nicest thing for me, I'm loving the layout of the player search option and these transfer values to give you a better ballpark. We'll explore that tomorrow when we make a few transfers. Hope you enjoyed that. As always, comments down below if you're playing it now or you're waiting to get it. Let's get to it tomorrow on the live stream.